right, folks, we back, man. Classic Konversations with JT and Low.
That's Cop.
Listen, people, 404-500-1605. Give us a call, be a part of the conversation. The button's over there. There's a blue one, there's a red one, there's a yellow one, 3 yellow ones, 4 yellow ones, and then there's another red one. Hit them, because evidently I keep telling you what they are, and y'all not hitting them, so maybe y'all don't understand that part. Colors. So just hit the colors, man. Hit the colors, because every time you hit those buttons, it help my
algorithm
go up. Because again, man, these streaming platforms, Spotify, Amazon Music, YouTube, go there, follow, subscribe, share,
Like.
That's right.
That's need you to do that.
All that.
On you, bro.
Well, first let me read. Unc chimed in. I don't know if he's still on. You know, he go to bed this time. But he said, America must go to the parliamentary system, similar to the British. We'll be a solid voting bloc. Both parties need to come to us to get stuff done. So I want to make sure I chimed in on Unc's comment. Number one, Sam, stuff going on in Ohio.
Banning Shakespeare. That's good.
Yeah, the Satan is banning Shakespeare in Florida. Hey, man, I don't know how they vote for this dude, man. This dude's crazy, but we won't even get on that right now. The Satan, man.
The Satan.
Yeah. So listen, we got some guests in the building, man, and we want to bring them in on these to talk about Atlanta Dream Exotic.
Dream Exotic, baby.
Dream Exotic.
Dream Exotics.
Hey, so, Brother Dre,
Hey.
you're the general manager of this business, man.
Yes, sir.
Talk to us about Dream Exotic.
So Dream Exotics, we opened it up about 7 years ago in Vegas. It started off as kind of literally a dream, you know, to help people do something that most people will never be able to get to do. Drive a Lamborghini, drive a Rolls Royce, drive a Ferrari, do something that's beyond ordinary. So we kind of started off small. I mean, you're talking about 4 or 5 cars. In Vegas now, over 7 years, we built it up. Vegas has 86. Atlanta location currently has 26. So we're on the up and up right now, man. Just trying to, you know, spread it out to everybody. Everybody deserves a chance to be able to do what they do.
So what made the move from Vegas to Atlanta?
Atlanta's a huge city for a market like this, man.
Okay.
Honestly, you've got, you know, with all the production studios coming in here, Atlanta is the new Hollywood. There's a lot of stuff going on out here. You got all the major movie studios, everything like that. So a little bit of a different change for us in terms of what we're shooting for, but there's still a lot here in terms of business. And there's also a lot of upcoming music artists out of here, and that's a huge portion of our business. We rent out for music videos. We do all types of stuff across the industry to help people out.
How'd you get into it?
How'd I get into it? So I used to do executive protection, and the gentleman that originally opened the store, around the same time that I was in my prime doing that, I used to rent cars from him to provide for my clients.
Okay.
There came a point in time where, you know, I was so infatuated by these cars, I would just sit around 4 or 5 hours after I'd already returned the car, just shooting the shit with him. And he goes, "You want a job?" I said, "Well, I don't know." I said, "What does that entail?" He said, "You're shining windows and you're cleaning windows, shining tires." I said, "You know what? Fuck it." I gave it a shot and worked my ass off, man. I mean, I'm started almost day one from when he opened. I think I got hired on about 3 months after the company opened, and started from the bottom, worked all the way up. I had no knowledge about the car business, anything like that. I just worked my ass off, man. I'm talking 7 days a week, 12, 13, 14-hour days sometimes, and then ended up running the Vegas store for about 3-4 years.
Okay.
Then came out to Atlanta. They opened up Atlanta. They gave me the keys and said, "Don't fuck it up."
Don't fuck it up.
Don't fuck it up.
Let's
But
go.
I mean, it's cool, man. I got a great team behind me in Atlanta. I got CJ here with me. Got a great team in Atlanta. I could not do it without them. I got the knowledge and experience. I try to pass it off to them, but I could not do it without them.
So when you think Dream Exotic, man, naturally we think about, you know, like you said, the videos, the movie stars, man. But who all is this for?
This is for everyone, man.
Everybody.
There's no limitation to who can come see us and who can come get a car. The way I explain it to some people sometimes is, you know, you go to a nightclub, you get your new fit, you get your new shoes, you get your new hat, you feel great about yourself. This is just a cherry on top. but we've tried to put our price in a point where it's obtainable to anyone.
Okay.
And even outside of that situation, we do a lot of prom. I mean, getting from March, April, we're slammed with prom, all that. And it gets crazy, man. I'm talking, we're doing 15, 16, 17 rentals on a Saturday. It gets insane. But the way that our business is structured is to make this available to everybody. I'm not looking for a specific type of person. I want everybody to have the
Now
chance.
break that down when you say we make this business for everybody. Tell me how's that?
Talk.
Listen,
I'm gonna let you talk.
the only
Talk.
thing, the amount of time that we spent together on this podcast tonight, and less time than that, I've given people the keys to a $500,000 car and said, see you tomorrow.
Let's go.
You know what I'm saying? So, and that sounds risky in a business like Atlanta, and it is, but the way we're set up is literally you come in, you see me, even if you come in the same day, you got an insurance policy, you got a credit card, debit card, and a driver's license, I'm gonna rent you a car. All right? You want a Lamborghini? I'm gonna give you a Lamborghini. You got a Lamborghini? You want a Lamborghini? I'm gonna give it to you. You want a Ferrari? I got it.
Let's
you want a
go.
Rolls Royce? I got it. You
Let's
want a
go.
Bentley? I got it.
Let's go.
I drove a Bentley here today.
Let's
You
go.
know what I'm saying? And it's,
I saw that.
you saw that.
Let's go.
You know, and that's just the way the business is structured. Is everybody gets a chance to do this. You don't have to be an A-list celebrity to drive this car. You don't have to be a sports athlete to drive this car. I want you to be able to experience what it's like to get into a Rolls Royce, pick your girl up, go to the club, step out in valet, throw them a 20 and say, see you in a little bit. I want people to experience that.
Your shit ain't getting parked in Atlanta
Can
on
I
the 20.
piggyback on
They
that?
better fucking not.
Can I piggyback on that?
Talk to us.
So look, I'm from Atlanta, from the South Side. Say with the F.
Say whatever.
So
South.
only thing I gotta say about that is, I see myself as a child, as a kid, as all of that. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want that car. Like, when we was a kid, we used to say, bingo, that's my car. Now, as an adult, you can say, I got that car. And as an adult, you can say, I got my son that car. I got my daughter that car. We gonna make a way. And it don't matter what goes on, we gonna make a way for you to get that car at the end of the day. So for your
that's the whole
child to
image.
say, my daddy, my mama got me that car, got me that Lambo, got me that Ferrari, got me that Rolls Royce.
Yeah, that's dope.
That make my day.
Yeah.
That
And
make his day.
that's just the start of it too. I mean, we get people all the time, upcoming music artists that are just pushing their way. We all know the music industry, that's an investment before it pays back. But I tell these guys all the time to come in, you know, they're spending good money to, you know, come up and be artists. You got their videographers, they got all that. Listen, buddy, the car, I hope this is also inspiration for you.
Okay.
Because I know how you felt driving this. I saw how you came back in that car.
Let's go.
Yeah, I saw you come back 3 streets. I heard that music bumping from 3 streets
Let's
away with a
go.
top down on that Dawn, man. I want you to take this moment and not just make it this is a one-time thing. I want you
Come
to say,
back.
I'm coming back and I'm going to do this all the time, or I want you to say, one of these days I'm going to own that car because of how this made me feel. So that's the whole underlying message
Bingo.
behind Dream and Dream Exotics.
Gotcha.
Okay.
So
What's the
it's
ticket?
What's up?
What's the ticket on it?
It kind of depends. Like, what kind of car? Let me ask you a question. What kind of car you
Lambo.
like? Lambo? I can get you a Lambo anywhere from $499 to $1199.
Drop
$1199
top.
being the day, $499 being 4 hours.
Yellow,
What did
green.
Gilbert's Arena
Pick
say?
a color.
Now let me put it to you like this.
Still
You can go.
Can
You
we put a placard on the side of it?
You
that
can
say
do what? Hey,
Classic
listen.
Konversations?
I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this, and I like this too. You guys should come do a podcast in our garage. Cars behind you, everything. But
That'd be dope.
I don't care what you do
Let's
with the
go.
car. If you bring the car back in the same condition, you can put your logo on the side. You can wrap the car and put your business name on the side. I don't care what you do with it. For your 24 hours, that is your car. I'm gonna give you. I
Your
tell people
car.
all the time. This is your 24 hours. This is your car for the next 24 hours.
So look,
On the
let me
25th hour,
ask.
just bring it back to me the same way
So look,
they
let
left.
me ask. We got 3 fine gentlemen right here. So if you was to pick any car of your life, I see you a Steelers fans. That's what you
Thanks.
pick. So if I told you to pick a vehicle, that's what you pick. That's what you pick for your daughter. That's what you pick for your son. That's what you pick for you, for your legacy. What do you pick?
Hey man, you named 3 of the baddest one between the Rolls Royce, the Ferrari, and the Lamborghini. It's
Let's
like
go.
Shoot, it's like flip a coin. You can't lose.
You can't lose.
See, and that's what makes this business so much fun too. Is we're not in a kind of business where we ever get upset customers. Nobody ever comes to me upset.
It's not
You
about
don't
us.
come to get a Lamborghini or Rolls Royce drop top upset. So it's a fun business too. So we're always dealing with, and I get all types of characters. I mean, they're from all demographics, all ages, all shapes, all sizes. I love it because I get to learn a lot about people too.
There you go.
A lot of times people do this is usually a special event. It's an anniversary or a marriage proposal, or it doesn't matter what it is.
just to do it.
There
It's
you
just
go.
or just to do it. I do get people that do it just to do it. I have this one customer. He comes in
Shout out to
once a
Nike.
month. He swears he's going to go down the entire list of cars, and he wants to drive one of every car.
Every week.
And for me, all power to you. I'm happy that you can experience this. He loves cars. It's what he gets to do. He still swears by the Ferrari 488. I agree with him, but that's the power of the
go.
business. It's fun. It's something that people can all relate to because there's not anybody that you can generally go to and say, "Would you drive a Lamborghini?" They're gonna be like, "No." That's something that everybody in some way, shape, or form has something on their bucket list as a to do.
Fact.
Bucket list.
Fact.
Please
So these
cross
are-
off your bucket list.
Are these automatics or they
That
sticks?
was my next
Yeah,
question.
automatic. So, 2 reasons why. One, you can't buy a exotic car in a full manual anymore.
Okay.
The transmissions just they're not built like that anymore. So they're all automatic. And CJ here, we all work together.
Let's go.
Everyone gets a very in-depth tutorial before they leave on how to drive the car, how to use it, all its features, functions, the top, all that. And then we say, don't fuck it up.
Let's go.
Is there a mileage limitation
So
for that 24 hours?
yes and no. So yes and no. The only thing that we really ask.
Hold on, boss. Slow down,
No.
Sonic.
So the only thing that we really ask of people, and this is a very serious rule of ours, is that
Be
they
real.
don't leave a state.
Okay.
They
Be real.
don't leave the state. Aside from that, there's like a 150-mile radius that we just look for because we just want to make sure people aren't going outside of that unless they let us know first.
If they go out, what the hell you gonna do? They got it done.
Hey, boy, I got some stories for you. Oh, buddy.
I'm sure that
There's some stories behind
everywhere they
How
go.
they drive in the middle of the Atlantic Ocean?
there's some,
ship to a container.
and that's
So look,
a
so
whole nother
look.
topic.
I got one thing to say about that. I always got one thing, and it don't matter what it is. I always got one thing.
Notice.
So if you got a little sister, a little brother, it don't matter what they let you borrow, whether they toy, they Hot Wheel, they Barbie. It don't matter what it is.
They want that bitch
How
back.
far can you go with that? Out the room, out the house. It comes to a point where it's a stopping point, and that's with us. You know what I'm saying? We be real, but it's a stopping point. So how far can you go with this? That Hot Wheel. The movie Barbie, shout out to Barbies that just dropped. That's a wonderful movie. But how far can you go with that
Y'all
movie?
rent cars for the Barbie thing? I'm sure.
Nah, I don't.
Nobody
That's,
buy-
he
come
might
in
got something going on behind the scenes. That's not me.
and get a pink car to
Let's
to
go.
to the movie.
Shout out to Barbie. Nick might have over
Over
there.
there.
So I gotta ask this: has anybody ever totaled one out?
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
$500
So listen,
Ooh.
what kind of
Dodge
story?
Nation.
What kind of story we want to hear? So back in Vegas, I've seen cars get split in half by palm trees. Yeah. I show you guys some
That
pictures
bitch
later.
did 200 and they did it, huh?
I'll show you guys some pictures
Upper
later.
pole,
So I had a guy.
upper tree.
This is probably within the first year and a half that we were open. Split a car in half, Lamborghini, 2016, in half on Las Vegas Boulevard. It's all over the internet, all that. We've had some unfortunate accidents. We had people, leave the nightclub drunk, get in an accident, hurt other people. Car is totaled. They were paralyzed from the neck down. But that comes down to common sense and what stupid things not to do. But
Be
yeah,
respectful.
there's a whole bunch of situations we've had where that's happened. If you look at how many rentals we do per month versus what's actually lost, it's a very minuscule number, but yeah, it does happen. We did have
Shout
one
out to
recently.
my Lambo.
Happened to be, and I won't say any names. Thank me later. We did one happen recently. There was a professional athlete. So
Shout
That
out
was
to
a-
my Lambo.
that was a whole situation, but it does happen. In Atlanta and all over, the most important thing for this business to stay afloat is making sure that the guys in the store are on top of who's renting the car. Because I will rent to anyone, but if I don't rent to the right person, that could mean that's worse than a total car because it's just not coming back. So that's the most important thing for us.
What would give you pause though to rent to somebody? What somebody coming in? What would make you be like, let's go talk back here?
Hey,
I'll answer that. I'm going to answer that question.
hard.
I'm going to answer that question, but I'm going to answer it lightly because I don't want to blast out to everybody like how to come in and get a car from me.
Okay.
But
Okay.
there's a couple things. If your insurance ain't looking right, there's a couple things I look for. If your insurance
Okay.
ain't looking right, that's a no-go right off bat. If you come in and you're trying to get a car from me and there's a lot of conversation going on and you're not the one doing it, but you're renting the car,
presentation.
that's a hold on. Let's pump the brakes here. Let's try to figure that out.
Right.
And there's a
Presentation
few
mean
other things that I
everything.
look for very very clearly to decipher whether I should give you a car or not. And I'll be honest with you, a lot of the people that try to get off on us that do this, that try to steal the cars and whatnot, they're not the brightest people in the world. If you don't know what you're looking for, they're gonna get it from you. But you just gotta know what's there, what's in front of you. Because if you turn your eye just for a second, that car is gone like that.
This is what I gotta say.
One thing, right?
Go ahead. I'm gonna let you go ahead.
Go ahead.
I gotta say
No,
one
no,
thing.
no,
No,
your
you're talking about your one
I know your
thing.
one
So we all grown. I don't know how many of y'all have little brothers or sisters. When y'all was young,
I don't want to be the
Hold
one,
on,
but
hold on,
stop
hold
bringing
on,
little
hold on.
kids into this.
how many of y'all let y'all little brother or y'all little sister get inside y'all power wheel? That's all I want to know. And
So,
I ain't
but
straight
speaking of little
face.
brother, I mean, is there an age limit to the rentals?
Yes, we do have an age limit. It is much better than Enterprise. Enterprise will charge you a super fee under the age of 25. I will rent an exotic car
Let's
up
go.
to a price tag of $585,000
Ferrari.
as long as you're 21.
40.
If you are 21 and you have
Let's
a
go.
license and you have insurance, you can get a car.
Now that's what I want to ask about the insurance.
Okay.
Because if they have insurance, I'm sure it's not the insurance that covers the Lamborghini.
Now, so you'd be surprised.
He keeps
So-
saying Lambo.
I don't know if you want to get this
Right.
personal. I'm just gonna use an example real quick. What insurance company you got?
State
USA.
Farm.
State Farm. You're covered.
USA.
You're good. You got full coverage. You're covered. You got
USA.
Beautiful. I'll rent to you in a heartbeat like that.
Like that.
USA too.
USA. Look, right off the bat, right there. That's 3 people I've never met before. You guys are all
I love
pre-qualified
y'all.
to rent a car already. So long as you got full coverage on that car, we're good to
Y'all
go.
got an Aston Martin down there?
I got an
We
Aston
do.
Martin. Which one do you want? The DB11?
I only want them.
Yellow or white?
I only want them for 4 hours because
Is it
I
yellow or
you
white?
gonna have me sitting outside all night looking at this car.
That's usually what happens.
It's gonna be in the garage. I'm gonna be sitting out in front of the garage.
And see, that's usually what happens is people come in, they'll do the 4-hour rental. People that usually do the 4-hour rental are people that want to drive the car because they love that car.
Okay.
And I tell them, I say, hey, just so you know, I'm not trying to get you to go longer, but
I love
you do
you.
4 hours. It's gonna take you about 2 hours before you get comfortable pushing the gas pedal on that car. You're gonna bring it back and you're like, should have done longer.
I love you though.
Really?
24
All the
I can
hours.
time.
imagine
All
that
the time.
shit stumping
I'm gonna
that
drive for 24
know, right?
hours.
shit. I'm doing too early.
So my question is, in Atlanta, Georgia, where would you go?
It's a very good question.
Savannah and back in 45
To
minutes.
do what?
Savannah
One
and
of
back
those
in 45 minutes. You still got some friends working for you?
I'm not
That's a
lying.
good point because I ain't going to the club. I mean, I go to a cigar lounge and
There you go.
See, that's
His
perfect.
cigar is bigger than normal.
See, and
Shout out to his
that's
cigar.
perfect. So the interesting thing is, so in Vegas it's very much of a tourist city. A lot of tourists rent the cars, so we have to give them locations to go. There's a couple scenic routes that we offer,
Red Top Mountain.
things like that. There's a
Stone
couple
Mountain.
places that we give that they can go to. In Atlanta, a lot of times people tell me where they're going, and I'm like,
Let's go.
No one's ever told me that before. That's great. That sounds like a great drive. That sounds like a great pace to go.
Let's
You just
do
said the
it.
cigar lounge. If somebody's in the cigar, there's no limitation to what you can do with the car in the
Let's
24.
go.
So that's great. That's what you would do in your 24-hour
Casper,
dream.
what you think, baby? Should we get us an Aston Martin and ride out?
Or do you want the Ferrari?
Hey, they have a kill switch.
Do
You guys got a kill switch on?
Yes, I do. Again, I can't go. I don't want to go
You
too
don't
far
get
into
too
that.
deep in
So
detail.
here's the deal. And
I
I kind of
25s and you park in this.
I'll run you guys down on like kind of a situation that we go through, not all the time, but when it happens, we get in and ride for it. We'll get a car, and I'll look on the tracker, and I'll see I don't like where that car's at. I don't like what that car's doing because it don't match up
Donuts.
with anything that they said that they were gonna do. All right, cool. Hey, CJ,
Let's go.
pull up the S500. We're gonna go on a ride real quick. So we get out, we go on a freeway. We had one time where we got a text message on our 1-800 number. Customer texted us and said, "Hey,
The girl.
I don't know where the car is at.
She was mad.
I'm not driving it. I'm the one that rented it. I don't know where it's at."
Her husband.
Whoa, okay, hold on. Let me get in the car real quick. Me and
Let's
CJ get in the
go.
car, track this car down, stop it in the middle of the freeway.
75 South.
Don't tell nobody. Stop it in the middle of the freeway. And now we're here with a whole situation where I'm taking a Rolls Royce from a guy in the middle of the freeway.
What
You
do
can go
we
ahead and
do?
get out the car. But where am I going to go? You're going to have to go on the side of the road and figure that out because this ain't yours.
Wow.
Right? And so, like, we do run into situations where we have to get in the car and go.
Wow.
But that's...
Wow.
This is Atlanta. So
It's Atlanta. So here's the deal. Like I said, if you're not quicker than the guy in front of you, you're going to get got. So, I
Gotcha.
mean, there's never a point in time where I don't have people looking at those 24 hours a day.
Yeah.
Where if they leave or they go a certain speed or they go within a certain distance of something, I get an alert. If it enters a tow compound, I get an alert.
Really?
It's all automated. So it don't matter where you're at, what you're doing. If it's not in a place where I don't think it should be, you're gonna get a phone call.
Let's
You
go.
don't answer that phone call, about to get walked down on an exotic car recovery.
So what's the most
Goonies.
expensive car on the lot right now?
Probably the Rolls Royce Cullinan.
No,
gotta-
I like the Don.
You do like the Don, but the Rolls Royce Cullinan we bought in the height of the inflation during COVID. But it's a $724,000 black badge Cullinan.
Let's go.
So you're talking about in Atlanta, Georgia. You're talking about a nice little 6-bedroom house.
Hey, man. Hey, so there you go. Classic Conversations done showed you how to be that guy or that girl
There you go.
for at least 4 hours. We'll be right back.
Go
man.
vote in style.
Let's go.
Boy, that much money. Get I do some cool shit. Most of the time you see this car is just right.
All right, y'all. We are back, man. We are back. Classic Conversations with JT and Loaf.
That's a cop.
404-500-1605. We will be putting the website up. Make sure Dream Exotic.
Exotic, yeah.
Dream
Yep.
Exotic, because dreaming is first. I got to remember that. Dream Exotic. We're gonna put the
Dream
website
first.
up. Hey, man. Before the sun goes down, don't have your day in the sun. 4 hours, whatever. But
Real
there's some
quick, we
things. If some of you that I know, holler at me first, because I've heard some things that he said, and I'm gonna make sure that y'all don't do it. But I know some of y'all gonna try and do exactly what he just told us that you're not supposed to do. So holler at me before you go down.
do it.
all right? For real.
Let's go.
For real.
Real quick before you transition, we just want to say we really appreciate the time that you guys took to let us be on here and
No doubt, bro.
kind of share our stuff here with you guys.
Yeah, and I appreciate you giving us that invite to do the podcast in front of all the cars.
Hey man, anytime you want to do it, let me know.
Hey, we gonna make it happen.
be dope.
Look at
That'd
our
be dope.
producer over
There
there.
you
She's
go, look.
shaking her head like
There you go,
her
right
hands
there.
Went up in the air. She
Let's
was
go.
on board. So that's all I need to see.
You do a
was
podcast in
her
the
go
back of a
ahead.
Rolls Royce Cullinan, man. I got you.
There you go.
Stars on the top and everything.
Boy,
That'll be our next photo shoot.
boy. All right, man. So we're gonna unpack this movie. They cloned Tyrone. But before I do that, man, I got to give shouts out to my man Michael Jordan. I myself, I'm a Michael Jordan fan all the way, but I also knew that he was a horrible owner. He was horrible at making the decisions, all of that. But now I understand what he was doing.
Okay.
He sold is it the Hornets now? Yeah, he sold the Hornets. When he bought them, he bought it for $275 million. Well, he just sold it, and he made $3 billion.
Golly.
And he
There's
still
levels.
has ownership stake in it.
I don't care what anyone says. The life goal is to own a sports team. If you can own a sports team, you can buy a sports team. You done it. You done did life.
Hey, and they hadn't won no games, and they still the price rate is like that.
That's incredible.
Woo, boy, that's crazy. All right. Okay, so we're gonna get on, man. They cloned Tyrone. Everybody seen it? Y'all seen the movie?
That is a crazy movie.
You seen the movie?
I'm out on this one.
Oh, you gonna want to see it after we talk about this stuff.
Ooh.
So basically,
I watched it Sunday night.
we just gonna unpack the movie and just figure out, what did you get from the movie? When the movie first came out, it was all over social media. Everybody was like, "Oh man, I can't get 2 hours of my life back. Oh, that was horrible. That was horrible." And I always like to get my own opinion of a movie. So I didn't look at it when it first came out. I looked at it probably 3 or 4 days after.
Okay.
And he knows if I look at something on TV that really blows me away and I know it's a conversation piece, I'll call it. 2:30 in the morning, I'm calling.
Wake up.
Bro, you got to look at They Clone Tyrone.
Let's go.
You have to look at the messages in that movie. It's kind of, don't get me wrong, it goes all over the place, but it's actually genius. It's comedic genius because they have, some funny parts in it also, but there's hidden messages within the movie. Of course, the main one that everybody saw was what we can do when we come together. How we, if you come together, what we can do as a people to overcome something or take something over or anything like that. MJ, what you got on? Because I know you was talking about it last week. I know you saw some things in it.
I think Jamie Foxx is like, he's like
crazy.
And Denzel's my man. But if Jamie keep on going the way he does, I think he's gonna knock out Denzel out of there when his career is over.
I can't say that, though.
I think he's a comedian, but
that might
you
be
can
a
just see
stretch.
how he can. No, I really think so. And I'm a Denzel fan, but I think he's shown he can do anything as far as acting. I think
That's real.
he's
super
an outstanding
talented.
actor.
Super talented, no question.
He just needs to
Crazy
get some more
versatility.
good under his
Funny
belt.
as shit.
He is funny.
Not trying to be funny because it reminds me of his comedy sketches. He's one of those guys. It's comedy. You have to see Jamie Foxx.
Hey,
His
okay.
expressions and faces he does. He's not a guy if you just listen to it on the radio because you're not gonna get half of his shit. But that's a funny dude.
Yeah, he's someone that was able to actually transfer stand-up to sitcom comedy and then actually do comedy in movies and also do a serious role at this, there's a lot of comedic actors out there that want that role where they actually a drama or an action movie or whatever where they actually are serious in a movie and they can't get it. Jamie Foxx kills it.
He do.
Jonah Hill was like that for the
in
longest
this
time.
movie, man, yeah, he killed it with that perm. He killed it, man.
He's believable as
The
hell.
the
boy.
dialogue, man. The dialogue of the pimp, man. I mean,
He
When that guy can't get his money.
hands down to Jamie Foxx.
Hey, man, there has to be some. There have to be some nominations for this movie.
All right, so we're all saying, we all agree here that this is a movie that should be watched.
Yes.
Oh hell yeah.
Okay.
Most definitely.
Go on and watch it.
for a variety of reasons, but yeah,
Yeah.
it was definitely.
Yeah. What's something that you saw out of it that you?
Well, as far as the undertones, when Kiefer Sutherland stopped them and when they outside running around the club, and then Kiefer just broke down, the control factor and what we do and how we input things, how we, do it to your community. It was like, man, that junk is, it's like them, putting dope in the community. You know what I mean? To control you. And they were just, he just broke that junk down. That's all you could think about
Shout out
was
to the 80s.
And there was so many people that saw that scene and they just saw him as the villain.
Oh
Didn't
man.
hear nothing that was happening
Hey man, he broke that junk down.
all the way.
He broke it down.
Another thing I like about it was it shows also that we as black people, in the midst of a fight, in the midst of a takeover, we still gonna party. 'Cause I don't know if you remember when my man was down, when they was up under.
Right.
And he got on the phone up in the command center. He called his boy. He was like, "Yo, dog, what's up, man? Bro, I'm down here chilling, man. You need to come on down, man. Hey, call Stacy and have her bring her friends on down." I mean, bro, the people are running around shooting and stabbing.
right.
He on the phone trying to get
We
some people to
was
come
just
out
on
there.
Alabama earlier. You didn't hear him on the boat singing "Move, bitch, get out the way."
Yeah, it just goes to show, man. We will persevere, but it shows how we can come together and get something done. The female, showing how
The power.
the survive, how black women can find a way to survive when they was
Power.
taking them down and they was actually putting the prunes on their head and brainwashing them, but she had her wig on. And she played like she was out of it.
Shout out to the wigs.
I haven't seen this
Right.
movie yet, and the way you're
The
describing
wig-
it, I have no choice. I gotta watch it
No,
now.
you gotta watch it. man.
It showed the strength of a black woman right there. You know, being able to use her wig to actually keep from being overpowered, and then she played the part as if she was overpowered. And as soon as they took the straps off of her, she went at them. There was so many small things in this thing that was there, man. And the end of it, I actually had the third time that I watched it, I finally got the end of it when they actually showed my man in L.A.
Cause that was wild. Cause the whole time I had to rewind a couple times when they were saying names. I said, did I miss a name? I was trying to figure out, well, who the devil is Tyrone? You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Cause they were introducing all the people. I was like, well, no, his name is such and such.
Yeah.
I said, well, damn, who is Tyrone? Yeah, that was
So look,
Fontaine. Yeah, Fontaine.
it get deeper than that. So to my new generation, to all the people that's from Atlanta that listen to Gucci, that listen to everybody new in age. So when y'all hear Gucci was clone, when y'all hear everything like that, when you actually look into it, like how do you actually feel? Like you gotta understand, like they say a whole human being who you know from when you was, let's give or take 10, to the point where you was a teenager, to the point where you was an adult. Like this person drove you to success, regardless of however it was. Like, how do you actually feel? Like to say that we are cloning people, and to the point to say like you can be cloned. Not only are we cloning people, but you as a person could be cloned. How do you feel?
Yeah. And then you got the when you think about the Montgomery thing, you know, the coming together.
I'm coming with it.
You know
I'm
what I
coming
mean?
on.
How-
That video
how he
showed
had to
so
go
much.
to, Jamie said, you ain't gonna like my idea. You know what I mean?
Okay.
But they had to go to the enemy.
You're right.
You know what I mean? And they played that role really good the first time. Cause I was like, damn.
Oh, bro, they threw me all the way off.
I said, "Damn, that was
Threw
cold.
me all the way. I was like, damn, you just shot a man like that again. He dead again. Well, good thing they got about 5 of them up on the ground, so he should be able to come back. But, bro, I know you lost, but I'm telling you.
Oh no,
man,
I'm
got a 40, man. A whole 40, and you
quick. Come on, what do you heard about it?
Freedom.
So the sound just released
Child
in movie
trafficking,
theaters.
basically.
About child trafficking is the premise, the base of the movie. But it keeps getting like
Deeper
people
and
keep
deeper.
getting kicked out of movie theaters. They keep raising the heat in the movie theaters. It keeps fucking up. They turn it off in the middle of the movie.
Really?
Yeah, so it's
Stop
about
the
human
movie
trafficking
in the middle of the movie.
It's not just a one-off thing. I mean, this happened all over the country. I was just curious to see if you guys have heard anything about it.
Nah.
Or had any, I was curious.
Sound of Freedom.
Wow.
That's the name of it.
Yeah, you guys have
It's
to-
a really good movie, but if you have the time, to the point where the actual movie theater itself actually played a whole movie and you actually watch the whole thing. It's a really deep movie.
So why is the movie theater stopping it though?
So the whole idea behind it is, and this goes into the whole like Epstein type shit, is where this movie is so powerfully and emotionally deep, and it involves human trafficking, and it involves bigger things like how politicians
Let's
and whatnot
go.
would be involved in it.
Which is true because they never have talked about the guys in Florida who
And
got
list
off
is
the
still
road.
not
It's
out.
AMC is the only theater
That shows
that is showing it, but the way that the movie was picked up is that's how the contract was written. Only AMC could put it out, but AMC theaters are all across the country. The AC all of a sudden stops working. They'll cancel the movie because the water in the theater is not working. They'll just
Bathrooms
turn it
aren't working.
off randomly throughout the movie. They'll keep the lights on. They'll say, unfortunately, the lights aren't working, so we have to keep the lights on the whole movie. We can give you a refund if you don't want to. So it's a
Really?
very and that's what got me to watch it was
Deeper than deep.
I'm curious now. Like if you guys are the first time I heard it was like, oh, that fucking sucks. Your movie had the lights on, whatever. But the third, fourth, fifth, sixth time I heard about it, I was like, okay, I gotta go see this shit. So I was just curious to see if you guys heard about it. If not, definitely go check it out. Definitely might be a good conversation piece.
Please check it out. Check it
The
out.
name of the movie is Sound of Freedom. It's
Sound
a huge
of Fury. Say it again.
Sound of
Sound
Freedom.
of Freedom.
Sound of Freedom. Yep.
That reminds me of this long time before y'all time. They had a movie out called Earthquake,
Oh yeah, that's way before my shit.
and they had it at this theater in New York, and I always wondered, and I was a kid then, and I would always go down to 42nd Street to go see movies, just movie theaters all up, down, but this one theater was off on the side. The movie, they actually did it to where the chairs would shake
4D.
at the end of the movie, having you actually thinking that it was an earthquake.
That's fucked
This was
up.
in New York City, and you ain't no earthquake.
That's really fucked up.
That's some Universal Studios.
What,
type
what,
thing.
what year was that? You know what year was
Oh,
that?
dude, that was 70.
See, the fucked up part is all you had to say was 70. Back then, for your seat to shake, you didn't even know that technology was
Yeah,
popular.
that was
It was like,
impressive,
oh
right?
shit, it's over now.
You right about
I'm
that.
dying.
That's what that reminds me of. You know, trying to get you to.
Yeah,
really
if you
feel what's
listen, if you
happening.
get time, go check out Sound of Freedom because that's definitely a conversation piece in the future for you.
Microphone.
Yes,
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 yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
It's deeper than that.
It's kind of along those lines.
It's
It really has. It's really more of just the movie itself. It's the message that movie is trying to get to you and tell you like, hey, this is going on. So like, and it's a big thing because they keep why are they trying to shut it out of the movie theaters? Like, why are you trying to cancel this? And this
AMC
movie was produced 3 years ago.
And AMC is the
3
only
years ago it
movie
was
theater that's
produced,
showing
and it took them 3 years to find somebody that would sign off on this and say, okay,
doing it exactly how they
Netflix
want it
turned it
done.
down 3 years ago, Hulu turned it down 3 years ago. All these main platforms said, no, we don't want anything to do with that. And so now it's being put in theaters, and they're trying
only
to.
AMC.
It's because of the exposure.
It's
of
because
what they
I think it's because of the wokeness that is bringing to the idea of like
Seeing real.
so this shit is real. But you have to watch, and I'm not going to give any hints to the movie. You have to watch the movie. It will pull you in. You will understand how powerful this message that this movie is bringing on is, and
My
you'll be like,
grandkids.
shit.
Wow.
This guy's trying to get his daughters back, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
This one
Son,
cat
son, yeah.
posted this thing about the movie, and it's pretty deep. So I'm gonna read this, then we're gonna move on to the top 5 after that. All right. Okay, the message of the movie. You are the clone. The movie has nothing to do with Jamie Foxx being cloned. The movie is about you. All you drug dealers, scammers, gangsters, pimps, hoes, and hood rats, you are the clones. You're just carbon copies of the same stereotypes placed in neighborhoods all across the country. You're allowed to thrive because what you are doing to the community keeps the property values low and undesirable for colonizers, which allows the powers that be to experiment freely on your communities without fear of harming their own. You are the clones. You destroy your own living conditions for little to no real financial gain at the expense of your own families and friends due to lack of self-esteem and knowledge of self. You are the clones.
Let's go.
You can't see past your own block, or your own hood because you have been programmed to be short-sighted to keep you from seeing far enough to see the bigger picture. The bigger picture is that you are the clone. Notice how Tyrone wasn't even a character in the whole story. Tyrone was the clone, and at the end saw himself on the news after the truth was finally revealed. You are the clone. Also notice how the whole hood had to finally come together to prevail. So please tell me that this didn't completely go over your head. My people suffer of a lack of knowledge. The real question is, how long though, Tyrone?
Wow. Now that's deep.
Dude.
Because
fucked up,
it's similar to what I said earlier. But Buddy said most of that stuff. You know what I mean? Why they clone? Why we want to keep you drug dealer. We want to keep you in business. Y'all help us. But that was written
Hey, man.
extremely well. Number one fan said you need to post that.
Hey, man.
That's good.
I couldn't post it till we did this.
That's crazy.
I've had this for a minute.
Yeah, no, that's so
look,
that's so accurate.
I think, yeah, he's watching. Michael Andre actually sent this to
No,
me.
that's so accurate.
Yeah.
So my question with that is, you know what I'm saying? Like, everybody go to the hospital.
So if your brother,
Everybody, most of the people that go to the hospital, most of the people go to and they get whatever prescribed to them to fix whatever it is was wrong with them. How do you know that's what's actually wrong with you besides what's prescribed to you?
Or besides what the doctor is actually telling you.
There you go.
Get what you're saying?
yeah, you talking about Shutter Island now?
Yeah. That's real.
deep.
That's real.
Yeah,
That's real.
Yeah. I will sure enough be posting this. So
Dwayne, number one fan wants you to find the reenactment video too. She nabbed me 3-4 times. So
Shout out to my grandmama with all the remedies.
Montgomery fight. One of the reenactment at the pool. I think one she wants to
oh
see.
man,
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
Shout out to my
Rock on into the top
Oh,
five.
I'm sorry.
Oh wait, I'm sorry.
No. She just said, I got you, number one. She said, my mom wants you to post it, but still post it.
Yeah, I'm gonna get that posted. Get that posted. So we're gonna roll right into the top five. So listen, y'all, because of production, you know, we have to separate this. So
Let's go.
I'm gonna tell everybody when I tell everybody be quiet, just be quiet, sit still for a second. All right, ready? Be quiet. Top five. So you have to separate that. So my production team ain't got to work too hard.
What
I'm gonna help y'all out.
what a transition, JT.
Top five.
All right, so top five this week, and I gave everybody a hint last week, so you should be prepared this week. But for our guests, sorry, y'all got to go off the top of the dome. But I think everybody enjoys good movies. Last week we went with the TV. So this week, give me your top five movie villains of all time. Your top five movie villains of all time.
Ooh.
Your top five movie villains. You ready, Dwayne?
Yes.
I don't care where you at.
No particular order.
I don't care where you at. I don't care what you got going on. The Joker.
Hold on. Slow down. Yeah, you gonna get your shot. You gonna get
Top five.
Go ahead,
I don't-
Dwayne.
It don't matter where you at.
Oh, you gonna go first. Dwayne gonna go first. Go ahead, Dwayne.
I was gonna say, I mean, Jack Nicklaus' Joker was the best to me. Heath Ledger probably second, but the best, the worst criminal of all time is Bane. From Dark Knight. Yeah,
Okay.
Who say?
I was born in the
Dark
darkness. You know what I'm saying? You merely adapted to it. You know what I'm saying? yeah. Bane.
Dude said born in darkness.
Yeah.
I was born.
Number 3. I'm gonna give you something crazy. Bebe's kids.
Bad kids.
Them damn kids.
Them
bad
ain't
as
my
hell.
kids.
that's-
Them is
now that's-
Baby's
Some kids
kids.
to
Now
the
that's
amusement
funny.
park and they act like that.
Yeah.
I'm leaving their ass there. And that's a fact, Jack.
It ain't your kids
They
either.
ain't my kids either.
They
Them
baby's
bad
kids.
everything from them damn kids, man. Them damn kids was bad.
Let's
All
go.
right.
That's
Number
funny.
3.
Two.
Number 2. Oh man. From Dusk to Dawn. What's her name? Selma Hayek.
I don't know what it
The
is.
Vampire in Dust to Dawn.
Okay.
I remember I watched that movie
That was
about
a good movie too.
35 times,
That was
man.
a movie.
Movie or a
Avondale
show?
16, man. I'm from Atlanta, so
Never seen it.
my sister used to work at Avondale 16. I seen that movie 35 times. I remember exactly the number. And I said number one was Bane, but my last person I'm gonna put in there is Mr. Glass from Unbreakable.
Ooh.
Who?
Mr. Samuel L. Jackson from Unbreakable.
Oh, okay.
You didn't even know he was a criminal to the very end. You know what I'm saying? So
Hey, if
that was
y'all
pretty dope.
haven't
And I love
seen-
that movie, man, because it was like The Sixth Sense. I like The Sixth
Let's
Sense
go.
and I like the Unbreakable.
Sixth Sense
It
was an
kinda
excellent
like
movie.
it was like the same, but you know, like you didn't know what was going on until the end. So
Gotcha.
yeah.
All right. Fans, what you got?
I only got 4. Cruella DeVille, Juggernaut, Scar, of course.
Scar, that's a
Y'all
good
ever
one.
seen Undercover Brother?
Yeah.
White Sheep.
Hey, somebody please turn off this.
And I only have 4, so those are the only 4 I got right now. But that's it.
All right.
She a Disney fan.
You ready, brother? You've been running them out. Now it's your turn.
So look, I gotta go with Bang.
Okay.
That's real. I don't care who you is, you gotta go with the Joker. Like, that's untakeable, unbreathable. You gotta go with the Joker. And then
Any
after
Joker,
that,
don't matter which one.
it don't matter which one it
Okay.
is.
All right, I
The
can rock with that.
Penguin, I consider him the Joker too.
Nah, he the penguin.
That's real though.
With those triples.
Hey, y'all gotta
He
go
said
with
the penguin, the Joker too.
If
No,
you was born
no.
in
He's the
the
penguin.
80s, you going with the Penguin. That's the first Joker on real.
All right, what else you got?
Um,
2 more.
I'm sorry to say, y'all might not take me serious, but y'all gotta go with Mojo Jojo on the Powerpuff Girls. If y'all don't know
I'm
who
about to
that
say, I ain't
is, y'all better
familiar.
get with it. Everybody, if you were 80s babies, you know about Mojo Jojo. That's real. Like that's a evil villain that just take the top.
All right, Dwayne agreed with you. I'm not familiar.
I'm not familiar.
I didn't watch Powerpuff Girls.
Ooh-wee.
Sorry.
But I'm gonna go with those 3 right there. Like I gotta go with those 3. Like them it.
Melina, you got any? Movie villains.
Let's
Microphone.
go. You can't say none of the 3 I just said. Mojo Joe's that's my
I
idol.
feel like gonna be yours on your own.
You said the top
Bullshit.
5 movie villains.
Yeah.
Look at him, Mojo Jojo.
Palpatine from Star Wars.
Okay.
Okay.
Morris Day from Purple Rain.
God,
That's a good one,
that's
bro.
good.
Let's
That's
go.
good.
That's a good
Off
one.
the top.
Let's go.
That's good.
What's the Chinese dude that was in Bloodsport versus Jean-Claude Van Damme? He was like 50 years old playing like he was 30. He was buff too. So him, because he threw dirt in his eye.
Shout out to the 80s.
Exactly. Wesley Snipes and Demolition Man.
Ooh, that's a real one.
Yo, wow. Golden.
Hey, dude, he
Super
had a
Saiyan Wesley.
Yeah, okay, there you go.
Let me see. Who was the dude that killed?
He cheating.
No. In fact, easy. Neo from the Matrix.
He
Wow.
cheating. He
He
cheating.
was a villain.
Nah, he going deep with it though.
He cheating. We said only 5.
We had 4.
Oh, okay.
All right.
Yeah, you need 5 less drinks is what you need.
Message.
Let's go.
All right. My last one. Broly from Dragon Ball Z.
Okay.
When he ain't like Goku because he used to cry so much.
Okay.
That was the greatest villain of all.
You gotta say boo. King
Troy,
Boo.
you got your 5, Troy?
Jim is out and let's go.
I ain't got 5. I'm gonna add one more to what y'all got going on. I'm gonna go with Magneto. For sure.
Magneto. Okay.
Control everything.
X-Man, let's go.
That's all I got. Yeah, he had too much power, bro.
Say too much power.
Yeah.
Hey,
said,
that's
"Alright."
when we say.
Little ball and just clear over.
That's when we say put a cap on it.
It is.
Okay.
All right, Dre, you up, brother?
Ooh.
I listen. I'm
Light
gonna
skin
start. I'm
power.
gonna start from the least worst to the worst.
He put
Okay.
his
All right.
phone up.
I got Scar from Lion King for sure.
Okay.
He did some fucked up shit.
He did.
You got Joker, and
Okay.
then Thanos.
Thanos.
Thanos is a big one.
Thanos was a good one.
Thanos is a twisted
I like
son of a
that.
bitch.
Right.
This one kind of off brand a little bit, but the Wicked Witch of the West from the Wizard of Oz for sure. She,
Hey, that's good.
hey, she on some
Hey, that's
twisted.
good.
That's a good one.
That's
She
a good
dropping
one.
houses on bitches. That's crazy to me.
Hey, that's a good one.
I like
And
that.
then
I like that.
honestly, I gotta follow up with a childhood favorite, Darth Vader.
Darth
Hey.
Vader. Okay.
Dude tried to kill his own kids.
His own kid, you gotta go. Hey, he got red eyes behind that.
Not to the end. Not till like the third movie, which was the last movie, which was the first movie.
He got
Is that the
he got
palm
a
fake?
Hellcat red eyes on his son.
What?
MJ, what you got, man?
Somebody unplug his shit.
Hellcat red eyes.
Denzel Training Day.
Good one.
Anton for No Country for Old Men.
Okay. Let's go.
Let's see. I'll go with
He don't like Googling no more.
I'll never Google again. Y'all not gonna give me like that. Leave me alone now.
Let him
shit.
think.
What's another one? Shit, I can't come on now.
Medea's a fucking superhero. That's a superhero.
Oh yeah, and the
If
brothers-
everybody had a Medea in their
I'll
life,
go
the
with,
world would be better.
Okay.
Come on, MJ. You
Hold on.
Charles.
you got three more.
Hold on, he got three more.
Nah, I just go to two. Nah, the one
That's real. Though. I can respect that.
Y'all don't know. I
Everybody ain't no villain. I can respect that.
Forget it.
Some people say today though.
Y'all won't give him.
Oh man, he just gave it a good one.
It's
All
on
right,
you.
all right,
Still the
Teasy.
same.
MJ bailing out over here.
Yeah, I'm bailed out.
All right, I'm gonna go
There'll be
over
no more mimes.
comments here first. What up, Vic? My man Todd Vic, he tuning in. He got Luella DeVille,
Ooh, 101.
Scarface.
Ooh,
Did
Lion
say
King.
the Wicked Witch of the West. Gargamel. The
Ooh,
Smurf.
Gargle man. Okay, let's go. Shout out to Gargle. Let's go. I see you.
And Darth Vader.
Ooh, okay.
Ron Godfrey. What up, bro? He said Bolo. Y'all know who Bolo is?
Hey, tell him Google is real.
But
Let
this
me-
one-
I'ma see what-
But this one here I love. Show Nuff from the land.
Oh, okay.
Good one.
That was a good one.
Let's
Good
go.
one.
That's respect.
Show enough.
I respect that.
That's classic.
I went with some classics on mine. I got Michael Myers,
So she don't know what that is, dude.
Dun, dun, dun.
Norman Bates,
Norman Bates.
That's out of me. That's out
and
of me.
then I have
Psycho.
this one here is a tie. Ivan Drago and Clubber Lang. They right there together. Right there together.
That sounds like that sound like a 70s movie.
Then
What
I
is
got
that?
Nino Brown
Ooh, okay.
and then my man O-Dog.
Oh, dog.
that?
Let's go.
That's you or him?
No, that's me.
Oh, you still in mine. I was like, there you go.
Oh,
I thought
nah.
still in mine.
Wait,
Hey, he ain't worried about your cheeseburger.
wait. Todd said Bruce Lee. Bruce Lee wasn't no villain.
Bruce Lee.
He was beating
Right,
on
Chuck
people.
Norris or Kareem Abdul-Jabbar when he was
Hey, Bruce Lee was beating on people.
he beat on
Top
because they
five
needed to be beat
villains.
on.
Top five villains.
All right, so I'm done. That'll go my 5.
That's your
Okay.
five.
All right, let's hear it.
All right. Orlando has the Joker, Darth
Okay.
Vader,
Okay,
Al Capone,
let's go.
Loki, and Jesse James.
I met that dude
Okay.
in real life, low key.
Who? Jesse James? He was alive.
no,
19.
no, low key. I met him in real life. He really was he came up to me with this little satchel stick looking thing, and I was like, I know
That's
you
called-
are
Gave up
somewhere.
drinking.
That's called Disneyland, dog.
All right, number 1 got the Russian Killer and the Equalizer,
Okay.
James Cagney, Betty Davis,
Okay.
Killmonger. That's a good one.
He deep. He deep.
Al Pacino, Scarface.
He wasn't a villain.
So Scarface, is he like the villain, or is he like?
He was a villain, but to
That's
the
called
hood-
a. That's called a. No, that's called a.
That's
That's called an anti-hero.
But to the hood,
Anti-hero.
to the hood, he was a hero.
The
Okay.
whole movie was all criminals. So, truth be told,
I
number-
can name a million kids that say they wanted to be Scarface.
We used to
All
hear
right,
Once
my
in
mom got
Red
the
Dog, everybody had a
Joker.
poster.
Biff Tannen, Biff from Back in the Future. Hey, that's good. I like that. Oh, Biff,
Forgot about this.
that's funny.
Butthead.
Norman Stansfield, Leon the Professional. Not familiar with that one.
I'm an '80s baby.
Okay. Emperor Palpatine from Star Wars. Hans Gruber, Die Hard,
Who his mama?
and Buffalo Bill from Silence of the Lambs.
Who his mama?
That's good.
I'm an '80s baby. I don't know none of them.
Number 1, honorable mention, Damien from The Omen.
Okay.
My mom's honorable mention is Joan Crawford.
Nobody
Mommy
said Freddy
Dearest.
Krueger.
Oh, that's the one.
Yeah.
Joan Crawford.
It's like I be missing everybody.
Ron
Can I
Godfrey
say one
threw in
person?
Hannibal Lecter.
Can I say Pootie Tang?
Pootie Tang. Pootie Tang. Let's go. Water tie on the yippee tie.
I hate to do the repeats, but they're my villains, man.
Let's go.
Nino Brown. Definitely O-Dog. I got Freddy Krueger. Nightmare on Elm Street.
Yeah.
I still
He
dream
was a
about that.
comedian that cut people up.
I still dream about that. You can't go to sleep on Elm Street.
What's my man from the Friday series?
Michael Myers.
Michael. Somebody
That's
say
Jason.
Michael Myers.
No, that's Jason.
Jason.
You talking about
Jason
Jason?
Voorhees.
Jason.
I was
Jason
about to
Voorhees.
say
Yeah.
Devo.
The hockey
That
mask.
was Halloween.
Yeah,
my
it's
bad.
Halloween. Jason Voorhees.
When you said Fridays, I was about to say Debo.
And probably one of my all-time favorites, I don't care what you say, Benjamin. Darth Vader, man. Darth Vader was a bad guy.
Terrible human being.
He was a great
Good
vet,
guy.
but he was a great
loved
bad
his
guy.
son. Darth Vader was a good guy. He
His
loved
last
his son.
words before he
loved his
turned into
son.
Darth Vader:
Cut
"Don't
his
make me
hand off."
kill you."
I die by my
He's
son.
a terrible human
Millennial
being.
got the Golden Lords from Meteor Man.
Meteor Man. There you go. Meteor Man. Like, that's the man.
Honorable mention,
Honorable man, who you got?
Candyman.
Candy Man.
Candy Man.
That's folklore right there.
You say
He for the people too.
Say it 3 times. And the mirror. Somebody give him a mirror. Where's the mirror? Give him a mirror.
said, "You woke me
and
up."
say it
You
3
called
times.
him.
All right, man, we gotta wrap this thing.
Candyman.
We gotta wrap this thing. up.
Hilarious.
Don't let us know where we can follow you at, bro, and all your.
I mean, you can follow us
platforms
at
and everything.
Dream Exotics Atlanta on Instagram. Look us up on Google, DreamExoticsAtlanta.com. We'd really appreciate you guys stop by.
Let's
You're more
go.
welcome to do some photo shoots, rent you some cars.
500
all
Bishop
that.
Street.
Appreciate you guys' time.
Absolutely.
408
MJ,
Bishop
what
Street.
you got?
King Dre
Couldn't get his smoke out.
_702.
Let's go.
You got anything, man?
You
You got one more thing?
You got one more thing.
Hey, man, I always got something to say. 48 CJ, follow me on Instagram. 500 Bishop Street, pull up on me any day, anytime. I see you there. Let's go.
Oh yeah, are you open every day or?
Yeah, 7 days a week. We work
Let's
366
go.
days
I
a
see
year,
you
man.
there.
Nice.
66. I heard that.
Nice. All right. What you got, MJ?
Just going back to what's been happening in Atlanta, we got to stop killing each other. I mean, the same
Let's go.
way, like when you look at what happened on the boat and how those people pull together, and then we turn around, once that's over and everybody's talking about solidarity, then you turn around and there's 3, 4, 5 shooters.
'Cause I'm
And it's
pulling
us
over
killing
my
us.
chair.
And I mean, I'd like to see the same fury behind that that we get when we see somebody white mistreat us or a police officer mistreat us.
Let's go.
We're mistreating each other, and then it's never going to change until we start. Everybody wants to call it diamond out or whatever, but if you're destroying your own community, how is that down? We're supposed to be pro-black. You're destroying the community, but nobody wants to tell.
You are the clone.
Let's go. That's deep.
It's called policing your own backyard, bro.
Exactly. And it's got to start happening, or it's not going to change.
We don't clean
Then
our
they got a movie-
backyard.
they got a movie about that.
It's gonna stay bad. You got to police your own backyard.
What's the movie about
take care
that?
of
It's like Lake something. They got a movie about that.
About policing your own backyard.
Yeah, for sure. On my mama.
Lakeview Terrace.
There you go.
I want to go
You
to
know.
y'all's Christmas party.
How you entertaining
Let's
that?
And he gets fucked up like this, like a magic Christmas
He
party.
said, you know, the movie
Let's go.
and the cop that was, so that's why I kind of put it
Yeah,
together.
let's go.
Oh boy, number one added nurse from one who flew over the cuckoo's nest. Yeah, she was crazy.
That came on last week. I watched it.
Oh, that movie Just to Kill back in the day.
Elena said we're the only racists out there killing our future. Big facts.
We ain't doing nothing but growing.
Hey, listen, again, man, thank you all for coming out, man. It was real cool to get some information about Dream Exotic. And like they
Appreciate
said, it's for everybody.
Absolutely.
It's for
Absolutely.
everybody, man, so that's dope. So let's go out there and support, man. Support to our sponsors, Seeds Candles. Get you some rich friends.
There you go.
Cats, bees, and bracelets. All those things are sold out up here on a regular basis, man. So big shout out to the sponsors.
Let's go.
And looking forward to doing this podcast at Dream Exotic one day,
Let's
man. That's going to be
go.
real cool.
That's where we at
That's what
next.
we nice.
48.
It's real nice.
That's
Jim
what's up,
Exotic.
man. Hey, man.
500
Yeah,
Bishop
number one,
Street.
like you said, register to vote. It's that time again, man. The voting stuff's going to get started up. So, like Sia said in the beginning, man, everybody need to vote. No matter where you at, who you
can
are.
do it. If I can do it, you can do it.
Think globally, vote locally.
Okay.
You want to see change, that's the only way it's done. Tease, what you got, brother?
I don't have much, bro. Like I said, still waiting on them. Let me change that. It's been confirmed, bro. It's gonna be my first time in like 27 years not being in Orlando, Florida, or in Florida for Martin Luther King weekend.
Let's go.
It's official, huh?
It's official.
Let's
The God stage play will be playing the O'Reilly Theater. Seats 650 people. From what I'm hearing, it is the first black-directed and written stage play to ever be done at the O'Reilly Theater.
Okay.
We're booked for the weekend, Martin Luther King weekend.
Let's go.
That's Saturday and Sunday. I'll get some more information about tickets and stuff like that as it comes around. Whoo, boy. It's crazy for me. I'm
Show up and show out.
happy that I'm doing it, but boy, I'm going to miss Florida. I'm telling you, man, I've been in Florida for the last 25, 30 years of my life for
Duval.
Martin Luther King weekend.
Big fact.
Duval.
For real. So, yeah.
Dang, man, I
And,
got to drive.
Oh, right.
Let's go.
That's terrible.
Hey, we only 6 hours away, but you know we still showing love. Shout out to Florida.
That's hilarious. If anybody has people in Florida or anybody is watching from Florida, I'm gonna get the dates.
Let's go.
I heard it on the Steve Harvey Morning Show today. The Qs are doing. They're planning on doing the largest voter registration ever in Florida, so that they can make sure that the Satan doesn't get in.
Shout
make
out,
it
speaking
up.
of that, man, shout out to, I believe it was Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity that pulled their national convention from Florida. Shout
That's
out to
real.
y'all, man, for pulling your convention out, man.
And I missed
Even
that.
though you took it to
said that.
Texas, you took it to another devilish state, but it ain't as bad as the Satan.
Yeah.
So, shout out to you guys.
Let's go.
And that's going to be it for Classic Conversations this week, man. We will be back next week. And guess what? When I come back next week, I will be officially resigned from that long walk.
Next
that'll
week,
do it
next
with
week
me.
we got Don Dace from Mutombo Coffee.
Okay.
Mutombo Coffee, he's one of the executives from Mutombo Coffee, man. We're working out some things with Mutombo Coffee. We're going to bring Mutombo Coffee to the club. Don's going to bring us some cups from Mutombo Coffee,
bring some
man.
down.
And the
can
product,
drink some
man, so it's going to be
coffee
cool.
down.
So next week, Don Dace from Mutombo coffee.
Yeah, we can drink some coffee.
Let's
down
go.
here. For sure, for sure. So, man, that's going to do it. We'll see y'all next week. Classic Conversations with JT and Lo.
And that's a cop.
And we out. You
Jim
dig?
Exotic. Let's go.
You never know which way to rap. Classic conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way to rap. The record's gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Lo. Classic conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way to rap. The record's gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way to rap. Classic conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way to rap. The record's gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way to rap. The record's gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way to rap. The record's gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Lo. You never know which way to rap. The record's gonna go. Classic conversations with JT and Lo.